No. Okay. Yesterday we have discussed about box model, right? So don't confuse about that box model in the real time while we are developing anything, or we'll see the difference. Exactly, we'll see that what is the padding margins, that everything we'll see. But you need to know the concept of how the padding, where the padding will apply, where the water will apply, and where the margin is applied. Because of that only I have drawn that here picture, and I have shown you that box model. Okay, how that box model is appeared. So see, every element for input element also you can see that box model. Every element that box model will exist. Okay, so every element that padding is there, border is there, and margin is there. Okay, so this is about box model. Today we are going to discuss about the display properties and position properties. These are two important concepts, two important actually. Okay, these two topics are important concept because in the CSS, so every time you can see that display properties only everywhere we will apply. So, so to explain the display properties, first we have four display properties. Okay, first one is uh, display properties. Display properties we have. First one is first we'll discuss about display none. Okay, and second one is display block. Okay, then display inline block. Inline, we'll discuss about inline, and then display inline block. Okay, these are the four display properties. Okay, so these four display properties we are going to discuss today. We have other also display flex and display grid, and that related to the flex and is related to the grid we'll discuss later next class. Display flex and display grid. For now, display, this is the main properties. That display flex is for useful for another purpose. So we are not going to discuss that display flex properties. Okay, so here we are displaying the default display properties. So now for that purpose I'm creating one div. Okay, just I'm writing this is sample div. Okay, sample div. Now for that div I am applying display colon none. Okay, display none. If I'll refresh this, okay, see now nothing is appeared because the display is none, no display. Don't display the div. I have written. If I'll remove this, okay, so we will get that div will get. Okay, see div. So if I will write like this, display none property, then what will happen means it will remove that display that div from the current view. Okay, current document. That div is hidden from the current document. Hidden. Okay, it will be hide. Okay, from the current document. So this is the display none property. Display none means it will hide the element from the current window. Okay, next. So here we have to hide the element, we have one more property is there, that is visibility colon hidden. Sometimes we will write visibility colon hidden, sometimes we will write display none. Now we'll going to explain the difference between display none and visibility hidden. This is another div. Okay, here I am applying display class div1. Okay, and display class div2. Instead of that div, I'm applying div1. Div1 display none I have applied. Okay, I have refreshed. So this is another div because div1 is in hidden state, right? Means it is hidden, right? First one. So because of that, the second div is there, right? Div2. Okay, this div2 is there, right? This div2 now it is in display current whatever we didn't apply display none property for this, right? So it is not hidden from the view, but it is occupied the first div position here. Okay, it is occupied the first div position. If I'll remove this, you can see that difference now. Okay, see if I so this is sample div is first position, right? This is another div is second position. If I'm applying for the okay, if I'm display none property, then that second div is applying the first div position. Okay, position means that place. You can tell that is a place. Otherwise, uh, that okay, first position only. And then what I am doing here, instead of this display none now, okay, display none, visibility hidden. Okay, visibility hidden. Visibility is showing that is hidden. Display none and visibility hidden both will do, both will hide the elements only. Now you can see the difference now. So if you apply that visibility hidden property, that still that display first div position is there, right? That position still it is same. The second div is in the second position only. Okay, if this is the visibility hidden and display none. Now I'll tell you the difference. If in HTML or CSS, HTML, if you are creating one element means in the memory, in the memory location, it will allocate some memory for that element. So you are creating div, right? So you are writing div means in the memory, actually backend. We don't know that actually, but in internally in memory, what it will do, it will allocate some memory for that div. Okay, in that memory, so if you are applying that display none properties, then what will happen? Actually, that memory allocation, that garbage collection will remove that. Okay, complete div it will remove. Display none means that complete div it will remove from the current memory. Okay, because of that, there is no element exists. So the second element is placed at the first element position. And if you are applying visibility hidden means that in the memory is there, right? Still that element exists in that memory, but it will not erase from that memory, but it will hidden from that memory only. Okay, because of that only second in the visibility hidden case, the memory at the same place only. Because of that, it is not it is still hidden, but it is this another div is there. That second div is not occupied the first div position, because that there element exists, but it is in the hidden position, hidden state. But in the visible display none, if you are applying display none means still there is no memory allocated, because memory is removed from the actual content. Memory is removed from that actual memory, and then the second element is occupying the first element position. So this is the display difference between the visibility hidden and display none property. Okay, so in interviews they will ask you actually what is the difference between display none and visibility hidden. Growth will do exactly same thing. So it will hide the elements, actual element it will hide. But in the case of display none, uh, actually while you are creating the any element, memory will be allocated to that element. If you are applying display none property means the memory will be erased. So the display none property it erased. But in the case of the visibility hidden, the memory will not erased. Still the element is exists there, and it is in the hidden state. So like that you need to tell. Okay, still we'll get the empty space when you are applying visibility hidden. Still we'll get there empty space, like that you need to tell. Okay, here we are getting, right, still we are getting empty space. So most of the cases display none only we will use. There is some rare cases only visibility hidden we will use. So in real time scenarios you will see that visibility hidden display none properties. Okay, so that is the first property, that is display none property. To hide an element, we will use the display none property. Okay, next, display block property. So we already know that div we have some block level elements, div, paragraph, okay, div element and paragraph element, list items, table, okay. These H1 tags to H1 to H6 tags, these all defaultly having the display block property only. So we can't, if we are not applying that also, so if you are not applying that also, it will take the display property default as a display block property. So what I'm doing, display none. Okay, I didn't apply any CSS for that. So now you can see the div and here display block. Okay, because every div has default display block property. And now what is the use of this block property? Already we have default display block property, right? Here's why this block properties exist. Now I will tell that. So I already told, right? Span elements, okay, are a strong element, EM element. These are the all formatting tags. These all are inline elements, right? So image also inline element only. Anchor tag also inline element only. In that cases, to make inline element into the block level element, inline elements into the block level element, we will use the display block property. Now, what for that purpose, what I will do, first image. I'm taking one image. Okay, is that okay? UI trends. Right, and this PNG or JPG? JPG. And I have written one more span element actually. Okay, this span element is UI class. I have saved this. Srikanth, who is this guy? Okay, okay, fine. So image and span tag. Now we have two. One is image and one is span tag. So instead of here, we will see in the new window. So here image is there, right? And beside that UI, because what we will do, UI trends, we have another logo is there, right? We'll keep the small image to understand you. Okay, that is big image logo.png. Okay, I have saved this. Okay, actually, image around here, this is space is there because of that only is coming like that. Okay, great class coming here. I'm removing that space, extra space. Okay. Okay. Now you can see that. Okay. Actually, beside this, UI classes came, right? Okay. Beside this, because this is inline element only. Okay. This logo is inline element only, and This is also inline element only. Both are inline element. Now I want to make this logo as a block level element. I need to occupy entire width, and UI need to this need to come down. Okay. In that cases, what I will do, I will apply image display block. Okay. Now you can see that. Okay. You can play with this. How you can play means, see, image display block property, right? If you are removing that image display block property, it came here, right? Actually, if I'm mouse hovering on this image, okay, if I'm clicking on this, you can see that up to where, up to content where is there, up to there only it is occupied. Now, if I am applying the display block property, you can see that it is occupied the entire width. See, entire it is coming, right? Entire block it is occupied now. So to make a inline elements into the block level element, we will use the display block property. Okay, that is clear, right, everyone? Display block property. And now display inline element. So everybody know that we have default display block elements. To make that display block level elements into inline elements, we will use the display inline property. Okay, reverse only. Reverse the display block property. What it will do? It will make inline elements into block level elements. Now display inline element. What it will do? It will make display block level elements into the display inline elements. Suppose you can take div. This is 50. Have refreshed this. Now another divide. I'll take. Okay. Div. This is another. Okay, this is another div. Now first div and second div, it came down one up and down, right? Like first div, it is occupied entire row. You can see that first div it is occupied entire row, and second div also it is occupied entire row. Now what I want to make this div and this and side by side, and beside this div, I want to place it. This is another div. To make it div, I will apply display inline property. Okay, inline property. Now you can see that. Okay, this is div is occupying up to here only, and this is another div also. It is occupying up to here only. Okay, so now we have made the display inline display block elements into the display inline elements. Like that, display block and display inline. These two will be important. Okay, this we will use generally to make inline elements into block level elements. We will use display block. To make display block level elements into inline elements, we will use display inline property. Okay, now we have one important another property, display property is display inline block property. So what is this use of display inline block property means? So I made the display inline. Okay, this div I made to the inline display inline. Uh, but here I want to apply the width and height and some background color I want to apply for that. Wait, 300 pixels. So first one by one we'll see. Okay, width 300, height 200 pixels, and background color I'm applying. Okay, background color some brown. Okay, two divs having the same only, and for clear easy neat purpose, I'm applying the margin 10 pixels. So both sides will get spaces, right? You can see that. Okay, that 10 pixels gap came. Now what I want to do is first we'll apply the display inline property. See, when I have applied the display inline property, I got errors here, red marks like here, because we can't apply width and height for the display inline property. So if you are refreshing, that width and height gone, right? So the, so we can't apply the width and height for the display inline properties. Okay, display inline properties. I told you, right, to make a block level elements into a inline elements, we will use the display inline property. You are using display inline property, but still you want to apply the width and height for the same div elements. So in that place, in that cases, you can't use the display inline property, right? Because inline properties don't have width and heights. But remember this, if you are going to applying any where this inline property, display inline property, there remember that we can't apply the width and height properties for the div. Okay. Now to apply the width and height property for the still inline elements, how we can apply means we will use by using the display inline block. Okay. It is still inline only, but apply that inline element up to block. Now you can see that. Now you can see this. Okay. This div is inline element only, and still it is occupied the width and height. So it taken the width and height. So that is the difference between display inline and inline block. Just only one difference is display inline element and inline block elements both are same only. To apply the particular width and height for the particular display inline element, you need to use display inline block property. Otherwise, use the display inline property only. So these are the four display properties, important four display properties. First, if you are not giving any width and like display properties means the default display properties, browser will apply the default display properties. Okay. So we already seen in HTML that we have default display block level elements, display inline elements. So according to that element, that display property will apply. Still you want to apply, you want to make that elements means block level elements into inline elements. To show the block level elements into inline element, we will use the display inline property. So I will give you best example for display inline block where we will use this display inline block property. I'll show you now. I am taking one list. LS. Okay. Home. Suppose you can take it as a list. Okay. Home. About us. Services. Services and contractors. Now you can see that if I'm applying that home, about us and services contractors, it came one by one because default the list item will have the display block property. Okay, display block property. So you can see that display list item. List item means display block property only. This is list item, right? Display list item means that is a block level property only. Every in the I think another list class, UL class, I told you display you all the UL tags and the table are display block property only default. Now what I want to do is I want to make a UL, okay, UL inside that LI, okay, display inline block. First we'll remove that list item, list style type none. Now you can see that home, about us, services, contact us. Okay, it is aligned side by side, right? So this is the best example. So here we can make inline also. In a inline also, still it will arrange, but I want to apply some width, or otherwise I want to apply some padding 10 pixels, okay, and some background color, okay, background color, blue color I'm applying, okay, and the text color is white color because black color will not looking good. Now you can see that home about us. So we have made it the okay one and if you remove the so what we will do instead of this background color for list item, if you will give here, okay, we got for entire home about the services contractors we got right. So we already seen uh, in selectors class HR concept we seen right. So we'll apply the HR concept now. ULLI colon HR. Whenever I'm hovering, display background color I'm changing. Okay, some okay, do blue highlight. Now you can see I'm refreshing this. Now if I'm mouse hovering on this, I'm not seeing that any background color and color thing. Okay, and also cursor. We have cursor pointer. So that I will tell you now only cursor things. Now you can see. Okay. Like this, we will prepare actually. Generally, you have seen a menu bars on the top right. Okay. That we will see that will display like this only. Okay. And next we have display after display block properties, we have position property. Then we'll see whenever I'm mouse hovering on this, okay, about us, we have drop down will get right. On the below options will get right. That options how we can display that we'll see now only. Okay, after position property we'll see. Okay, now we are going to display about the position properties. Real time you can see right that menu bars, everything we can see right. Real time applications. Some if you can take in any uh, website, I think they will give it. Okay. See these are there right here. Just these are the menu items only. But instead of this background color and color thing, he is doing text color. He is changing. That things we can also change now. You can also change. We will see now. Okay. A class is this one only, right? So this background color we will not change now. Okay, color also not, and this background color, right? So default color we will apply the blue color. Okay, whenever you have mouse hovering on this color, change to the we got this color right, blue violet, that you can change. Now you can see that. Okay, defaultly blue color came. Now whenever you mouse hovering on this color changing. Okay, like this we he's doing like that only in Wipro okay, in the website Wipro website here they are doing like that only. Okay, here default blue color is given. Whenever mouse hovering on that black color is changing. Okay, like this. So these things will do like that only. Okay, so everyone is understand right? Display properties. Display first one, display none property. It will hide from the actual content. Okay, display none property and display block. Okay, to make a display inline elements into the block level elements, we will use display block property and display inline block. To make a element display inline property. To make display block level elements into a display inline element, we will use display inline element. But for display inline property elements, we can't apply the width and height for the display inline property. To apply the width and height for the particular element, we will use the display inline block. Okay, in that case only, where the particular case you want to apply the width and height for the particular element, you will use the display inline block property. So these are the four important display properties. After completing the display properties, we will go to the position property. Position. So actually, these display property, position property, using these properties only, we will place the elements in a website actually. Uh, Here he's placing this one here, right? Image exactly this position he is placed, right? So I get if you are not applying any position here, it will come here actually. But he's moved element from here to here. He moved right and this place and this space. Okay, we will get by using the position properties only. We will arrange the particular element in a particular place. Okay, this one here it is applying this one, this one. Okay, these are the aligned in the particular position. Okay, now we are going into the this position properties. So you can practice this. Okay, after that. Okay, now position properties. So we have position properties. Okay. One is position static. Second one is position relative. And third one is position absolute. The fourth one is position fixed. Fifth one is position sticky. So these are the five position properties exist in the CSS current. So we are going to discuss one by one. So first, to make the position static, right? First to position properties, position static, right? Position static means I am taking one div. Okay, hello CSS. Hello CSS. I have taken one div. So this is if you are not applying any position means default in all the elements are in the position static place only. Okay, position static. So if you are not applying, that is a default for every HTML element. Default position for that particular element is static only. If you are not applying position means it will take default position property is static only. Okay, where you will see that position properties means after applying we can see because default position property once shown. Yeah, the default it won't show you. So what I will do, I will do position static. See, I'm applying position static also. There is no Okay, there is no element is not moved anywhere. Okay, there is no change. We can't see any change while applying the position static, because the element default position property for the element is static only. So next, so that's simple. Every element has a default position property static only. No need to do anything. So that static is not that much important. Okay, next, the next position is relative. Actually, why this position property? What is the use of this position property is to make, otherwise to uh, to move an element from a one position to the another position, or to place an element in the particular position. So this hello CSS is there, right? I want to place this hello CSS in the exactly like 100 pixels left and 100 pixels top. And once here, I want to place that hello CSS here. So with the display properties, with remaining other CSS properties, we can't make it actually. Only by using the display properties on position properties only, we can place a particular element in the particular position. So because of that, these position properties will use. So first one is static. So with the static, we can't do anything. Okay, because that there is no that much important for the static. The next one is relative. So now position relative. Position relative, when we will use this position relative means, so I'm taking one more div. Okay, this is div 2. Okay, this is div 2 CSS, and this is div 3 CSS. Okay, and first one is hello CSS. We have three divs. Okay, three divs having the position relative property only. I'm applying for the class div 1. Okay, and div 2, div 3. I'm applying for the div 1 dot div 1 position relative I have applied. So I want to move the div element. First div is there, right? First div. This hello CSS I want to move here. Okay. Hello CSS, I want to move the left side 100 pixels and top 200 pixels. Moving now. How will move? So including when you are learning position property means that left and left or right or top bottom. These four properties are the uh, additional properties for the position. Okay. For applying position means these also required. If you are not applying this left, right, top, bottom means the element where the element is there only it will be fixed. It will not move actually. We can't make the element in the we can't place the element in the particular position. So because of that, left means left. This left only left 100 pixels. We can see now the element will move to the dot div one. Okay, all are div ones only, right? So now you can see only hello CSS moved to the left 100 pixels and top 100 pixels. Okay, top 100 pixels. From here to top 100 pixels, it is moved, right? So by using the relative property, we can move the remaining position, remaining means, wait, instead of that 100 pixels, I will apply the top 50 pixels I'm applying. Okay. Okay. Display will give 30 pixels. left 80 pix. Okay, why it is coming on the top of this element? Okay, leave it here. So I'm when I'm applying the width and height properties for the particular position relative element, it is moved right, left 80 pix it moved and top 20 pix. We can make it as a top 120 pix also. That element will move up to down here. Okay, and we'll give the HTML workflow auto. So I'm taking parent div. Okay, div class, some parent div. Little tricky, but you can understand that easily. Okay, to make a scroll, I want scroll now actually. So for the parent div height, I am taking okay some 800 pix because I want scroll. So workflow auto. Auto means it will give you why auto I have written means workflow X and workflow Y. We have two properties. So if you want for workflow X means if you want for horizontal scroll, this is horizontal scroll only. Okay, this is horizontal scroll only. Workflow X auto means horizontal scroll will come. Workflow Y auto means this scroll will come. Now if I'll refresh, you can see this. Okay, this scroll came right. Both scrolls are there. X auto, Y auto. So because of that only, the shorthand property is workflow X auto, workflow Y auto. Shorthand property is workflow auto. Okay. So workflow means whenever that content is moved, we will see the scroll bars. Okay. Now you can see that if I'm applying the position relative property, if I'm moving the scroll, the still the element is moving out, right? So we can't see the position that element in the particular place, right? So that position, what the position relative elements will do, it will relative to the document, and if you want to place where you want to place an element, particular element, the element will go in that particular place only. But still we can when we are moving the scroll, that element will move from the according to the scroll position, it will move position relative. Okay, and we have position absolute. After applying the relative, absolute and fixed, we will see the differences between where we need to use the position fixed property, where we need to use the display absolute property. Okay, we'll see that. Next one is position absolute. Okay, position absolute will also place the element in the same position only, but okay, same position only, but this absolute element will follow the relative element. Okay, it will follow the relative element. Here I have given div is the position relative element, right? Because of that only, mean follow the relative elements means okay. I will tell you this parent div I have taken, right? Uh, Now if I'll remove the position relative for this, it is moved little bit top. Okay, why it is moved little bit top means because previously these divs are the position relative property. Because of that only, from here to here 100 pix it is moved and it moved little down. Now these divs are not display position relative properties. Okay, these divs are not display position relative properties. Now whole body is the position relative property. Defaultly document is position relative property. Okay, if you are not applying any position relative property for any other element, then defaultly document will taken as a position relative element, and according to that document, from here now it will calculate up to here 100 picks and it will move. So the difference between position relative and absolute is position relative element where that position is there, from there 100 picks and the top 100 picks it will move. But absolute element will move according to the position relative element. Position relative element on the top only, that position relative is there. From that element, that next 100 picks, okay, from the down 100 picks and the top 100 picks, from the down it will 100 picks, and the left from that position relative element left 100 picks it will move. Okay, so this is position absolute element. And so it will also not follow the scroll. Okay, whenever you are scrolling, that element will scroll. Okay, why these are telling, now you will understand why I'm telling. Whenever I'm scrolling, that element will go on, means now I will tell. So difference between absolute and relative you have seen right now. Position fixed property. Now you can see that position fixed property. If you are applying the position fixed property, means it won't it will not it will not under the control of any element. Okay, so absolute element will be parent element. For absolute element is relative element. Okay, relative elements parent is document only, or otherwise side elements, what are that side elements are there, that are the parent elements for relative elements. For the position fixed element is itself parent element. It will not uh, inflated by any other elements. Now we can see I have applied the position fixed property for this hello CSS, right? See, if still that it is in the same position only, you can see it will not whenever I am moving the scroll also, it is not moving. Okay, means the element is fixed in that particular position, fixed. Okay, element is fixed in that particular position. So this is the position fixed property. Also, according to the scroll, it won't move. Position absolute element will move according to the scroll, but still that is one disadvantage. It will always follow the position relative element. Position absolute element will always follow the position relative element, and position relative element will follow the according to that neighbor elements, because side by one element is there, right, from their elements. So I will show you all this example. We'll take one real-time scenario and I will explain. Okay, don't confuse about that. We'll have one more sticky is there, right? Sticky. Now we'll see position sticky left 80 picks. Okay, I'll show you that position sticky in the next class. Okay, I have a little confusion. Okay, I'll show you that later. First, we'll discuss about these four display properties.